All right, we are here at the SSG 15 case event, and we have top 16 finalist Trevor Urban playing green purple discard, something that has been on the rise lately and a little controversial. You know, some people saying no, it can't beat red blue. No, it can't beat blue steel. It's just a tier 1 deck. It's not tier 0. But here we are. 3 decks green purple enter this event. 2 of them into top 16.
And we killed each other.
Yeah, and unfortunately you had to play each other in top 16, which is really unfortunate, but at least you get to see a green purple move on to the top 8, which is wonderful to see. And we're here just to talk a little bit about your list and tell me a little bit about your experiences today. And we'll start with the list. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, ready whenever you are.
So first, 2 improvises. These are being cut. I'll explain it later. I liked running these because this deck, in case you aren't aware, we run 11 Diablos with 4 of the shifts, because the whole point of this deck is shift Diablo as fast as possible, apply as much pressure so that we have card advantage, and then you just swing out for game.
Sure.
So, speaking of which, we play, of course, 4 purple Diablos, 4 green Diablos.
Okay. Lots of Diablos.
If I may suggest, I really like playing this going second, this going first.
Okay.
I think going first, knowing what your opponent has and how to get rid of it is way better.
Sure.
This is much better if you're fighting anything, especially if you don't know. Like versus steel, you don't want this to get killed by a runaway bell.
Sure. Makes sense to me.
So, yeah, sorry, I'll move these back.
No, you're fine.
2 hidden coves.
Okay.
I would
Talk to me about Hidden Cove. I know a lot of people are omitting that from their lists.
First of all, one of the improvisers going for Hidden Cove. This helped me every matchup. Aggro, it gave me enough attack so I can swing and trade. Against red purple, I fought twice out of brawl range, so they just got stuck in the mud from there.
Okay.
Also, just against blue red, if they don't have coil, it's really hard for them to kill your Diablo shift on curve.
Sure.
Especially because, and also a lot of people just don't have a lot of challenging power. Like I've had games where this has stayed for 5-6 turns, and by the time they kill it, it's already over.
That's not what they need to do. Absolutely.
Definitely something you want to look in your opening hand, because if you get Diablo, this Hidden Cove, action plus the shift, and you're going first, I have yet to lose a game with that spread. It's
very reminiscent of the green steel opening, the classic shift, cove, sing the song, do the thing.
Bucky and all that.
Yeah.
Next, 4 sudden chills.
Sure.
Discard,
Staple.
singable.
Yep.
What is there to say about this
Pretty
card?
self-explanatory on that one.
Way too good.
Yep.
4 deceivers, same reason. Gets to look at your opponent's hand, gets to pitch a song, sing sudden chill, 1/3 stat line, can't go wrong.
Sure.
And then my spice tech has set my heart. This is also what I would trade it in other improvise for.
Talk to me about that card. I know a lot of people playing cards like Heffalump and Woozles because it draws a card and this and that, but I've seen a lot of people adopting this one just because it's able to take care of items. How effective was that for you today?
Several games I have, basically it was like this, turn 1 they play an item, turn 2 round, and then I was able to play this just before they play Haram, and it completely just ruined their opening, and then they had to dig for items and or find another line, which it comes in clutch. I think 3, only because I feel like you play it once per game, you need it in your opening hand, otherwise it's not good. It's inkable, so you send it right to the inkwell.
Right. Yeah, stopping that Hiram early is great for your discard strategy.
If you're fighting blue, your goal is stopping Haram or getting him to be as weak as possible via a Diablo shift, or just they have nothing left in their hand.
Right.
So 3 more Diablos.
Okay, talk to me about the 3 versus 4. I know a lot of people playing 4, 3. What's your thoughts on that?
I made some cuts, and I really did not like playing this as a 4 of, because I feel like a lot of games I loved playing Ursula over him.
Okay.
There was not a lot of games I did want to play this. However, if this deck does become a lot more meta and you're going to fight a mirror match, you need 4 of these, because if you saw my top 16, whoever had the Diablo shift wins the game.
Yep.
That's the whole bout of it. So this is another challenger evasive. So that may go to 4. Definitely can cut some stuff. If you don't like, I set my hearts at 3.
Sure.
Or if you want to cut the improvise for that, that's all good.
Got it.
4 foxes.
Okay.
I think I used her twice, and I inked her the rest. She is there to make sure we don't die to aggro.
Yep.
Sometimes we do need to kill a daisy and do other shenanigans. Sometimes it's nice to quest with a card, bounce her, replay it. Probably cut to a 3 if I had thoughts on it, but everyone can play test it.
Sure.
Terrible in blue unless you can kill the Haram with her. 3 hypnotize.
Okay. Another 3 instead of 4. What do we think on that one?
4 of these, is personal choice. I break with these.
Yeah.
One of my games, I sent 6 back, and I kid you not, I drew all 3 of my hypnotizes in a row. It's also, you can't sing it like Sudden Chill, so you do lose tempo by playing it. So it's a good card to have when your opponent's down to nothing, or you have Prince John on the field where it turns into your opponent discards 1 and you draw 2.
Sure.
Gotta go 4 friends.
Oh yeah.
Nothing nastier than turn 1 shifting Diablo, or sorry, turn 2 shifting Diablo, singing this to get all of the cards back, and then you draw off your opponent.
During my commentary earlier, I was trying to tell Liam from the Illuminateers, like, nothing feels better than singing Friends off of Diablo. Like, it's just the best feeling. So absolutely agree with that.
Yep, can't go wrong with draw. Only 2 Prince Johns.
Okay.
There's not too many Ankles in my deck. I think I'm at 11 last time I checked, but this is a card you want to see once. You never want to see twice, so 3 or more you're going to risk, with this deck, you're going to mulligan 6 because you have to look for your combo.
Sure.
The last thing you want is to draw 2 of these, let alone 1, unless you have a good hand with it. So
makes sense.
I think 2's fine. What is to say about this man?
Oh, you should play 1 of that card, right?
I need an enchanted 1 here. What is to say about this card that hasn't already been said? Amazing. If your opponent doesn't have a response to it, it's probably game, especially going first.
Yep.
Love him, also hate him. 3 crabs. This is, like Fox, is help against aggro, and it's also just really good to have a good 3/3 that can sing a song and give something challenger, because you're also playing this 1-drop Diablo, so there's nothing better than turning this into a 3/1 draw card, Cusco Llama.
Absolutely.
3 genies. This is usually how you'll win the game. Questing power in this deck is very low. You're usually gonna win via opponent has nothing, they're top decking, you have 5 characters on the board, and you're gonna quest for 5, 6, or 7.
Absolutely.
On play draw, also evasive, just a very good card. I find them really good in steel matchups if I'm ahead on tempo,
for sure.
Because then they have to kill all of my cards and a 2/4 that recycles himself. I've seen people play the Queen. I don't love her as much because I like an evasive threat in case my opponent can kill a 3 health character in this meta, which everyone can. 4 Brunos, amazing card. One thing I want to look in is see if I have any better 5-cost singers, because when I do get to sing it with one of my 5-cost cards, the amount of tempo gain from this is ridiculous. It's also not bad when your opponent has nothing left in the hand and you play this and it becomes basically a Dragonfire in a way, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
It's also inkable, so can't go wrong. Discard out Diablo. 2 Lucifers. Amazing card, especially in a heavy item matchup where usually your opponent does not want to discard an action that could save them, like a brawl or something.
Sure.
I think 2's fine because you really don't want to brick on this. Like I said, you really want your combo, and this is kind of like the finisher.
Right.
These are mixed. Then we have 4 Elsas, Spirit of Winter.
How did Elsa perform for you today?
She could have done a bit better.
Yeah. I'm down to 3 on my list. That's why I'm asking.
I agree. Once again, stuff needs to be cut in here. I think when she works, she's great, and then there's nothing better than Elsa-ing something down, killing it, and then next turn you just be all right, cool.
She's an amazing Bruno singer for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my last 2 cards, 2 Crickies.
Yeah, that's one of the MVPs for me, in my opinion.
Quests for 3 can end the game. Give everything +3. Swing wide. Ridiculously good.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Absolutely. I know, obviously, the deck brought you a lot of success today. You did mention a couple of changes you might make. Are those pretty much the changes you're considering? Is moving out the improvises? Were they not good enough for you today?
It's better off as an extra hitting cove because those came in way more clutch than I ever have. And then an extra has set my heart just because if you can play it on curve and stop a Haram and something like that, it'll win you the game right then and there.
Right. Awesome. And
yeah, definitely. This deck is not solved, I would say. There's a lot of tech cards I wanted to put in, but it's just, where do you have the space?
The space, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been having the same issue, so I agree wholeheartedly. And just listening to you talk about the deck, I mean, I agree with so many things you're saying. I've also been playing this list, and not this list specifically, but very close to it, and I think it's an amazing deck.
I think if you're not playing blue, this is probably the deck you should play.
Yeah.
I fought 2 red purples today, and I went 2-1 with both, and 2 blue steel, also 2 1s, 2 blue reds, lost 1, won the other one.
Okay.
So many games.
Yeah, so many games. But you played a wild variety, so
Yep.
it shows you didn't just get paired into. Churnadog is a pretty.
I did fight one Turnadog.
Okay.
That's where the Hidden Coves came in beyond clutch because, where is he? This became a 4-attack killer, so I killed all of their Nalas and Little Johns and all that.
4/3 evasive.
And then he has evasive, so good luck trying to kill that.
Absolutely. Overall, the deck, did a great job for you. Obviously, unfortunate
the only thing
to
that
get
beat
the.
me was myself.
You beat yourself, right? Exactly. So unfortunate that your only time running into green purple is in top 16, but overall an incredible performance today.
Thank you so
did
much.
really, really well. I really love the list. Any shout outs you want to give out while before we end this up here?
Hi, my boyfriend Nicholas.
Woo! Hi, Nick.
Can I promote my Twitter?
Of course you can.
At Lorcana Scholar. I want to be more active. I actually did enter this tournament to prove myself, so to speak, because I've only played in set champs in Orlando.
Well, you've proven yourself quite well.
Yep. I love this game. I love having intense 5-hour Lorcana theory discussions of should this card go to a 2 versus 3?
Sure.
Should we tech in this because of the off chance we fight that? I love all of that.
We'll have to be in contact so we can talk strats.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Trevor, for joining us
Thank you so
today. I
much.
hope you had a great time at the event.
I loved it. I've never played 8 rounds of Lorcana before, technically 9, but
It's a lot. It's a lot. But you did it. You made it this far, and I hope you had a wonderful time. You got a box, right?
it's $25, so
That's it.
can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we hope to see you for many future events.
Yeah,
I know you said you're trying to find the time, but I hope you find the time.
I graduate this semester.
Well, there you congratulations.
hopefully, so
Well, we're rooting for you, and we hope to see you back for many future events. Congratulations again.
thank you so much for hosting as well.
Of course.
It was
A pleasure to have
incredible.
you. Take care.